28th, 2020 to order. The first item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from our previous meeting from 1/14 of 20, copies of which are in the packets. Any revisions or corrections to the minutes necessary? If not, a motion to approve the minutes would be appropriate. Motion by Lawrence, is there a second? Second by Martins. Further discussion? Seeing none, members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None are opposed, minutes are approved. The first three items on our agenda, all are items that are coming forward as joint resolutions from the Airport Committee that have vetted these, so they're all very similar. Anytime we have new hangar construction at the municipal airport, the Airport Committee works with the hangar builder on the site that they wish and on their plan. And then beyond that, to approve the construction request and to then issue the owner the standard land lease, they come to the Finance Committee. And so all of these have passed the Airport Committee already. And so all of these also pay property tax. So we generate some pretty decent revenue from the airport development. The first one is discussion and possible action regarding a construction request of a 60 by 75-foot hangar in the East Hangar Development Area by Learn, Build, Fly. And this would be a second facility for them. Any questions on that item? Or if not, is there a motion to approve the placement of the hangar?
Madam Chair, could we read them all three and make a motion to approve all three if they're all?
Well, let's take them as three separate because they're
Want
three
all
separate
separate?
projects, but they're
Sure.
all similar in context.
Yeah,
So
I'll make the
do we have a motion to approve Learn, Build, Fly?
Yes.
Okay, motion by Nutting, is there a second? Second by Lawrence. Further discussion or questions? Seeing none, members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None are opposed, that motion carries. Item number 3 is discussion and possible action regarding a construction request of a 48 by 48-foot hangar, changing the location of the hangar in the East Hangar Development Area. The hangar is proposed by Dave Harm. This was also vetted by the Airport Committee. Is there a motion to approve the hangar? Motion by Lawrence, is there a second? Second by Nutting. Further discussion or questions? Seeing none, members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None are opposed, that motion carries as well. Item number 4 is discussion and possible action regarding a construction request for a 100 by 100-foot hangar in the East Hangar Development Area proposed by Keith Kosurik. Do we have a motion to approve the placement of that hangar? Motion by Martins, is there a second? Second by Lawrence. Further discussion or questions? Seeing none, members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None are opposed, that hangar then is approved as well. Item number 5 is discussion and possible action regarding a sole source request for professional services for Ayers and Associates related to the Bridge Street Bridge. Does anyone have any questions on that item? There's documentation in the packets also on that sole source for that vendor. Public Works Director Lindman is with us if there's questions on the item. If not, is there a motion to approve? Motion by, is that a motion?
It was, but I was going to ask, is this routine maintenance? Or is it-
Let's take the motion and then we'll ask Eric.
Thank you.
So we have a motion by Nutting, is there a second? Second by Smith. Come on up, Eric.
Make you make the long walk.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, this is maintenance, typically that we'll do the bridge inspections every couple of years, they're done, and they let us know when we're starting to have issues on the control joints, the pavement surface, and then we hired Ayers to kind of give us some ideas on exactly what we needed to do, so, with some engineering estimates, and now we'd like them to prepare the plans and specifications for the bidding of the work, and we did get some bridge aid from the county, so.
Go ahead.
Was there at one time a need to do reinforcement on the north side of the bridge railing for, or was that something?
We put a railing on that side of the bridge because when people were on bicycles, they were up higher and there was a potential that they could actually go over that parapet wall. So, so we put a short railing on there for safety reasons. I believe that might have been 3 years ago that was
Yep.
installed.
That's done.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Lawrence.
Just good job on getting county bridge aid. I know that doesn't fall from heaven like manna.
Great, yeah, so,
The mayor,
yep.
whomever. It's not always there.
It's good talking. Yep. So-
All right, perfect. Then with a motion and a second on the floor to approve the sole source, members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None are opposed, that motion carries as well. Item number 6 is discussion and possible action regarding amending the salary rates for the temporary positions of election chief, inspector, and election inspector. This is a pay raise for our poll workers. I think Mariana talked about that at the end of the last council meeting. Anyone have questions for her on those items? If not, is there a motion to approve that increase for the poll workers? Motion by Martins, is there a second? Second by Nutting. Further discussion or questions? Seeing none, members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None are opposed, that motion carries as well. Item number 7 is discussion and possible action on sole source request providing oblique imagery with Pictometry International Corp. There's some supporting documentation in the packets on this one as well. And does anyone have questions for Eric on this item? If not, Mike has one. Let's take the motion in a second, and then we'll bring Eric back. Is there a motion to approve the item? Motion by Lawrence, is there a second? Second by Nutting. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, is this oblique imagery, is this a new thing that we're doing, or have we done that in the past?
We have it currently, that picture that's in there is an example of what we have now. So we'd like to do it with the updated photos that we're taking this spring. And so this would be part of the CIP budgeted project, but really Pictometry is the only one that kind of has everything that we need, everything that meshes with what, our software and matches with everything. So that's why there's an actual sole source that's coming forward. But the new photos are going to have better resolution, so we'll actually be able to zoom closer on the infrastructure with kind of
Okay.
that angled view.
And I also noticed that there's a lot of imagery that's outside of the city limits, so is that intentional, or is that just the way in which the airplane flies? or-
Some of it's the way the airplane flies, but we do intentionally fly outside of our boundaries. But we have, our neighboring communities also request information for us. We charge that accordingly
Okay.
if they do, It's not a huge revenue generator, but that way, if anything does come into the city, we have that information as well, so.
Okay.
Okay. Any additional questions? Dennis has one? Oh, okay, all right. Then with a motion and a second on the floor, members in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None are opposed, that motion is approved as well. Item number 8 is discussion and possible action on approving the city's waiver of first right of refusal to repurchase property at 8101 International Drive from Packaging Tape Incorporated, Rocket Industrial Incorporated to Rocket Properties LLC. Normally out in the business campus, we always reserve the right of first refusal to reacquire a property when it changes hands. If we have no practical use for that property, then either the ED committee or this committee approves that transfer, and then that land sale can take place. Does anyone have questions on this item at all? If not, is there a motion to approve that sale? Motion by Smith, is there a second? Second by Nutting. Members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None are opposed. That motion carries as well. Item number 9 is discussion and possible action regarding the contract between DevNet Incorporated and the city involving the purchase of assessment software. And so we have this item also posted for closed session, where we will have some detailed discussion with the assessor and the city attorney about the contract and with our IT folks as well. Are there items pertaining to this discussion or this contractual discussion that need to be discussed in open session before we would move to closed? Anyone involved with the contract? And if there's action to be taken thereafter, we certainly would take that action in open session anyway. And it is on the council agenda for this evening. Would someone then read the closed session language? Go ahead, Mr. Nutting.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to go into closed session pursuant to Section 19.85, Sub 1, Sub G of the Wisconsin statutes conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved regarding the contract between DevNet Incorporated and the city.
Is there a second for Mr. Nutting's motion? Second by Lawrence. Roll call vote. Nutting?
Aye.
Martins? Smith? Lawrence? I'll vote aye as well. The committee will move into the Maple Room for this discussion, and will reconvene in this chamber for action.